turn from that wicked way. He will hear from heaven. God said he would hear from heaven. I believe he will hear from heaven. He'll hear and he'll heal. He said, I believe it. He will hear from heaven. He will hear from heaven. My God will hear. Yes, he will hear and he'll heal. He said it, I believe it. He will hear from heaven. He will hear from heaven. My God will hear. Hear and he'll heal. Yeah, 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 yeah. He will hear from heaven. I believe he will hear. The Bible says, he will hear. He'll hear and he'll heal. Oh, yes. Do you believe that one? He will hear. He will hear. Do you believe that, church? If we would just pray, he will hear from heaven. He'll hear and he'll heal. If we would fall on our knees, he will hear. He will hear. Oh, we need you to heal our land, Lord. We need you, Lord. Come and heal our land by your mighty hand.
I have a question. What's the guy's name?
Where my islanders? Can some of y'all run down here to the front real quick? I gotta know who's in the building. Where my islanders? I need y'all to run down here. Come on, let me see you. Come on, Jehovah, say it. Jehovah, say it. I trust in you. In you. There you are. Oh Lord, Jehovah, you. I trust, say it. I trust. Tell me how to do it, y'all. In you. I believe, say it. I believe you. I trust. Come on. In you. Oh Lord, Jehovah, you. Where you at? Come on. I trust in you. I believe, say it. I believe you are the God of miracles. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of wonder. You are the God of wonder. You are the God of power. You are the God of power. I believe, say it. I believe. Come on, let your feet get happy. Let's go. Come on. Somebody make some noise. Come on, catch it, Jehovah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Healthy Living with BOFA. I'm Betty Olayinka Falari Akinlosotu, aka BOFA, your host on today's program. Thanks for everybody that joined us on the program today. I announced it last week that we won't be able to join on Zoom for one reason and the other. And I believe everybody understands now, because we want to control the interference we've been having and other difficulties in making it clear to other people who are watching from home. And today we are on YouTube. We are also on Facebook. You can click on the link on Facebook. You're right there on YouTube watching us live. On Healthy Living with BOFA, we advise, sensitize on healthy living, health and wellness. We also educate on how to live our way into a healthy and beautiful body. We bring professionals, experts, and experienced people from various fields to educate our people. It is also our priority to promote both our farmers and our local food. Our guest on the show today is a change agent and a banker. But before we introduce our guest on the show, so you, our viewers, let us see what we have for us on nutrition segment. Of course, we have 3 segments on this program: Health Corners, nutrition segment, and also interview with experts. Okay, on nutrition segment, today is what I titled Food for Thought for my fellow Nigerians. And it's worth seriously thinking about. And I want us to see this as food and digest it. First of all, I would like to use this moment to show my empathy to those that were affected in one way and the other in the protests that happened in Nigeria. I also want to register my condolences to those that lost their loved ones, family members, and friends to the protests. And I pray for peace and unity for our great nation, Nigeria. Today, we will be looking at how Nigeria is mentally, physically, financially, and even spiritually affected in the world. Like I always say on this program, wellness is not about our body alone. It is about everything in our lives, and that includes our mind, our spirit, the soul that is in us, our community, how conducive our community is right now. Our environment, is it peaceful? Relationship with one another, are we in peace or having a healthy relationship? Also career, all our career, our job, our work are being suspended, affected, stand still because of the protest. Emotion is one of the aspects of wellness. Our emotions are being affected. Our feelings, it's not going right. We were bleeding within us. And lastly, finances. People cannot go to work. No money coming in. Where is the money that we need to buy this food we are talking about when everywhere is being burnt down? All the businesses locked down. These are the 8 aspects of wellness. And each of these aspects can affect our quality of life. As we can see, all these 8 aspects were affected within few months, exactly 10 months in the world due to COVID-19. Both the US, Nigeria, and some African countries in the world are more affected due to political and economic issues in the country. Nigeria became a desolate country within 2 weeks of protest, and the targeted region is Southwest, Yorubas. Today, I'm going to be focusing on ongoing situation in Nigeria. In Nigeria today, we are mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially affected. Nigeria marked its 60th anniversary of independence at a time of great disruption for the world, compounded by an unprecedented global health crisis within severe economic, political, and social impacts. The nation received uninvited, unwanted health crisis, COVID-19 pandemic, an unprecedented challenge which requires unprecedented response. While the nation was trying to overcome this public health crisis, an agitation for change by the youth, which was expressed and communicated through protest, started and brought everyone to their knees, including mothers. We ought to have been a better Nigeria for decades, because Nigeria is a rich country endowed with good resources and great-minded people who can make Nigeria better than what it is today. Let's all Nigerians, let us emerge stronger and better equipped to work together. It is absolutely crucial that they listen better to the concern of people and across the world and come up with effective solutions on how we can bring people closer together. Overcoming the sheer fears and better safe future generation, it is very important. A global, including community approach is needed. You and I, everyone must play their part, not least the cultural communities and sector. Now, more than ever, we need to recognize, incorporate, and support youth concern in our response to the crisis and planning for the recovery. We need to go back to the Senate, House, all the state executive offices and local government offices. We need to fasten our seat belt. We need to belt up to prevent us from shaking, slipping, and also falling off the seat our leaders occupied. And begin to think, brainstorm, strategize, and come up with solutions to all this mess, crisis, political division, envy for one another, and hatred. We need to end the greed, selfishness, unconstitutional leadership, above all, corruption in our nation, Nigeria. Doing this will ensure a bright future for our children and generations to come. Together, we can fight division and economic impacts of both COVID-19 and the crisis in our nation and the whole world at large. One love, one unity for our great country, Nigeria. Thanks for watching us. This is Healthy Living with BOFA, coming to you live from New York. We're now on interview segment, and I'm sure you cannot wait to see who our guest is on the program today. Please permit me to introduce to you our guest, Mr. Ayomide Babalola. Mr. Ayomide Babalola was born in Ile-Ife, Osun State, Nigeria, and a master's degree holder. He had his first degree in agricultural economics and extension, and master's degree in business administration, both at Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, Oyo State. He obtained his second master's degree in projects development and implementation at University of Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. Mr. Ayomide Babalola. I need to say more on that name. When I get there, I'll let you know, because the name sounds so interesting and so amazing. Mr. Ayomide Babalola have been in the banking industry for decades. I will use decades because 13 years of experience, it's not a joke. So Mr. Babalola have been in the banking industry, including Oceanic Bank, Eco Bank, First Bank, and currently working with Stanbic Bank for more than 13 years at various roles, such as team leader, head credit, and marketing and branch manager. Mr. Ayomide has worked as a volunteer with Positive Development Foundation, a non-governmental organization. And last but not the least, he served in some capacity as a student leader in the university. Please join me to welcome Mr. Ayomide Babalola. Mr. Ayo, you're welcome on Healthy Living with BOFA.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me remind you that we have one or two issues to discuss on this program, which you will ask. I will ask you questions and you will answer us. Shall I proceed?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's get started by knowing who is Mr. Ayomide Babalola. First of all, that name sounds so familiar to me as a CAC member. I'm like, when I heard the name, I was like, okay, Ọlọ́run Babalola, Ọlọ́run 90-30, tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ìyanu lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Oh, kú iṣẹ́ o. That name sounds so, I can't, seriously, I've been thinking about it. Is it from the same prophet Babalola or not? So if you want to tell us if it is, go ahead. If it's not, but you have a wonderful
It's just
name.
a coincidence.
Such a wonderful name. God bless you, my brothers. Thank you so much. Okay, in a few minutes, tell us who Mr. Ayomide Babalola is.
All right, thank you, Betty. Let me say good evening to my people watching from Africa. Let me say good afternoon to my people watching from the United States of America. Viewers all over the world, it's my pleasure to be here. And on behalf of Healthy Living with BOFA, I want to say thank you for being part of this program. It's also an honor to be invited to this special program. I appreciate this. I don't take it for granted. Okay, so I don't know what I'm supposed to say again because Betty has actually given a lot of information about me already when she was introducing me. But just for protocol's sake, I like to say my name is Ayomide Babalola. And to Betty's question, if it's the same Ayo Babalola of CAC, the founder of the Christ Apostolic Church, well, it's just a bit of coincidence. We're not related in any way, except maybe spiritually, okay? So having said that, my name is Ayomide Babalola. I was born a few years back. Like you said, I've been in the banking industry for a few years too. I'm passionate about human development. I'm passionate about youth development. I'm passionate about community development. I'm passionate about changes in the community. I'm passionate about changes in my country. I'm passionate about changes in the places I've worked.
Okay, guess it's having internet glitch right there. So we're going to be waiting for him to join us back. Mm-hmm.
I trust in you. Oh Lord, say it. Oh Lord, Jehovah, I trust in you. I believe, say it, everybody say it. I believe, I trust.
While we are waiting for our guests to reconnect, we're going to be enjoying the music. Okay, I guess
Okay,
he's back.
I'm back. Is the Nigerian
Don't worry about it. We understand what's
Nigerian
going on.
situation
And
is
that is
network
one of
issue?
what we have to work on in Nigeria. It's like they're just exploiting us. So we're not getting the value of what we are paying for.
Exactly.
Don't worry, everything will be taken care of. Go ahead.
Exactly. I don't know where I got cut off. Were you following me?
Yeah, you were telling us about the I think you're on your job experience and stuff. I think that's where
Okay. So apart from working in the bank, I've worked with an NGO, PDF, and aside that, I was about telling you that I'm actually married with children. I'm blessed with 3 children. I'm married, so that's all to know about me, so to say. Thank you.
Okay, now can you please tell us, because you didn't tell us the experience, the challenges behind all these 13 years of experience, because a lot of people that have no job right now. And one of the reasons why we invite different experts, experienced people,
Can you
professionals.
increase your volume a little bit? Sorry, Betty.
Okay. All right, you're the first person that will say that. Let me just
I'm
do that
sorry.
for you. Just a
Okay,
second. Is it
please
okay
go
now?
ahead.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's
Is it
okay
all
now.
right? Okay,
Yes,
for the
fine.
benefit of our youths who are I'm not going to use jobless, who are unemployed, handicapped out there. They want to know how, stressful or the challenges they can face even if they get this job. We want to prepare them. We also want to encourage them that what you want to do in life, you can equally do so with ease, or prepare them for any challenges that might come when they get the job. So we like to ask all our guests to tell us their experiences and their challenges, so that we can prepare our youth when they find themselves in that position.
Okay, thank you very much, Betty. I think let me start with experience. Okay, the banking industry. I mean, any job you do, you find yourself doing. I think it's important you do it very well. I think it's somewhere in the Bible too. Anything you find, whatever you find yourself doing, you do it very well. Okay. I've had a lot of experiences on the job, both positive and a little bit negative. Okay. Positive and negative, but I thank God that the positive outweighs the negative. Okay. I started banking job, I think 2007, thereabouts. And I found banking job as a very, very interesting job. Okay, people complain, yeah, it's stressful. I mean, you don't have time sometimes for your family. I mean, from morning till evening, you are there at the office. Yeah, I agree. That's part of the challenges of the job. But to a very large extent, a lot of positive experiences. I mean, I sit down, like what I do in my office. You know, when you come to the bank, there are a lot of departments in the bank. Okay, we have the operations department. Someone might be a teller or a cashier. I don't know what you call it in America. That's the person where you see at the till. You know, you give the person money. The person you want to withdraw cash. You know, you give the person your check. The person gives you money. You want to pay him check. I mean, you give the person your deposit, and then he gives you a receipt for that and stuff like that. You have tellers in the bank. You have
Wow. I think network will be the problem today. So let's see if the um music. Okay. So I know it's not easy in Nigeria at this time, and we are trying to get things back on track. And we pray that the Lord will help us to see us through.
Amen.
At this time, our guest is back, so
let me also sincerely apologize to our viewers all over the world for these network issues. I mean, it's raining seriously where in the part of the country where I am at the moment, and probably that's what's affecting the network connectivity.
okay.
My sincere apologies. You know,
okay.
I didn't like that too. Okay, so
okay.
like I said, you know, positive experiences. I currently serve as a branch manager. You know, so as a branch manager, I get to oversee people. I see what they are doing. You know, I tutor them, I mentor them. You know, I give direction. I do risk management. You understand? So, I mean, there are a lot of interesting experiences on it. Challenges, there are challenges when you work in the bank, especially in the bank in Nigeria. I mean, the challenges, there are security challenges first. I don't want to talk about it, but I've worked in a place whereby armed robbers came to attack the bank. And it was a very, very brutal one. It was a brutal one, you know, people died, you know, but we thank God for life. Okay, so although that has reduced, and it was a very, very brutal one. It was a brutal one, you know, people.
Okay, I think it's still the issue of internet. Like I was just told that there's a rain in Nigeria at this time that can be as the cause for the interruptions of the network. We all understand, even if it is not rainy, there's we always experience internet problem, connection problem in Nigeria. So we understand that. Like I was saying before I get reconnected, I was saying that right
Yes.
now our guest is back, so we can move on. Let's move on to, because of our time, let's just
Please.
talk about right now we want to discuss a little bit. I understand the security behind it, it's really confidentiality, I understand. But in Nigeria today, all Nigeria
Yes.
in the world saw the post of you and a gentleman that you change his life. And this is what we expect in our community. And this is what they call, humanity and humanitarianism. So I want you to tell us, and that would be one of the reasons why you are on the program today. If I'm not if I'm not mistaken, and you know it. So, and I want you to tell us, briefly, the reason, or I would say motivation behind you doing this. you know, I want you to tell us the relationship, you know, behind this. You know, the whole world knows what happened. They want to be part of it. They want to know you, which I know you've already known all over the world. Just tell us, what is the motivation? What makes you do what you did? Because you're not just seeing him for the first time at that office, at that bank, but the reason why you did it is known to you, for other people to learn from you, because a lot of people have the hearts of gold to do so. And some can't even think of it. They don't like to do so. They don't like to help. But by telling us, educating us by through advice, they will change. And some lives will be turned around like you did. Tell us, what is the motivation in doing what you did to the young man? Our guest, we lost him, unfortunately. I hope he will connect back. So I was trying to ask our guest today that, you know, he is a man that have feelings for others. It's a gentleman who has been working with the company, with the bank, and the man summoned courage. He was bold enough, with self-confidence in him, and approached Mr. Ayomide for help, and everything turned around for him. A lot of people are out there, they don't know how to speak out. And I always say it on this program, whether in terms of health, if you have any health problem, speak out. And that applies to every situation in life. If you have anything that you need other people to know, if it is true to tell God your problem, but don't forget that the same God will not come down and help you personally. He will definitely send somebody to you. And in the process where you pray to God and God sends somebody to you, it is your responsibility to actualize on the prayer you pray. By speaking out, by opening your mouth and talk, address people, talk to people. Okay, I have this, I have that. If Mr. Idris keep quiet and remain, silent forever, he won't be where he is today. And Mr. Ayomide will leave that office to another company, and that's it. He will not be where he is today. And thank God for the life of Mr. Ayomide, because he is a man that have the love of people in him. It is not the only one in that company. It is not the only one this guy has been, having a relationship with. It's not the only one he talked to all the time, but he was the only one that could change his life. So to everybody, you don't know who your angel is. You don't know who can be of help. Try as much as possible. Speak out. Anything you are going through, speak out. Communication, I tell people, communication is a very strong tool. It's a very strong weapon to break the yoke. Yoke of 100 years, communication of 1 second can break it. So I would say to all our viewers, if you are still someone who feels shy and yet you are going through a lot of problems within you, please speak out. Tell your problem to someone. You don't know who your helper, your angel will be. So while waiting on Mr. Ayomide, we want to bring to your view our health corner in a few minutes. And I want every one of us to be to still remain. Mr. Ayomide is coming in and out. We understand that it is network. I'm so sorry, and I apologize for that.
I'm in now.
It's in and out. It's okay. We understand. Maybe you
now.
want
Can you
to
see
do.
me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Or can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. So I think you've explained everything. The story of am I still here?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, good. Sorry, the light could be a little bit
It's
different,
all
but
right.
at
It's
least
okay.
let's just
It's okay.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So the world saw it. I mean, what happened with Idris and I? Idris was a security guard in one of the branches I was working then. Okay. Idris had been a security guard for about 5 to 6 years before then, but anywhere I work, everywhere I work, I ensure that my staff members and I, we relate like family members. Okay? My staff members and I will relate like family members. I always try as much as possible to create an environment whereby, an environment of love, whereby staff and confidence too, where staff members can talk to their boss. They can come into my office and talk to me. I don't operate a closed door policy, so to say. So coming back to the issue of Idris, I mean, the moment I got to that branch a few years back, he walked up to me and told me, Oga, please, I have ONDO and I'm working on my degree program. And I was like, okay, that's a good one. Just let me know. Anytime you need, to take a few days off for your exam, let me know. Even if your direct supervisor doesn't want to approve it, just come to me, let me know. Because it's important that you live where you are. I mean, for the next, position. So I always tell my staff something too, and I want everybody listening to try and take this down. I tell them I have a slogan: success is where opportunity and preparation meets. I'll repeat that. Success is where preparation and opportunity where they meet together. That's true. It's boldly written on my office. Okay, I pasted it somewhere there. Success is equal to preparation plus opportunity. And I constantly imbibe this in my staff members. You need to prepare because we will not know the day that the opportunity will come.
That's
okay.
true.
And I mean, being a security guard, still going through OND, HND, trying to do degree, that's part of preparation.
That's true.
Okay. Now, I mean, sometimes in December, another staff left the branch for a greater opportunity. Idris walked up to me and told me, Oga, I've been telling you all this while that I need a better job inside, apart from this security guard duty that I'm doing. And somebody, as this guy is resigning next week, like we all know. So how can you assist? Oh, I said, oh, that's true. That's a good one. Why can't we assist you instead of bringing somebody from outside? So I took it up with my supervisors, did the necessary, aptitude tests, interviews, everything, and he passed. The moment he passed, his story changed. And that particular picture that went viral, whereby I snapped with him on a Friday, which was his last day as a security guard, in his uniform, the blue uniform, still with the Oga, with his cap, well done, sir, welcome, I'm not dressed like that. And then on the next Monday, you see him, decked, dressed like a proper banker, with ties, white shirts, and everything. It was a surreal thing that happened.
Wow.
Everybody was happy. I was happy. People around me were happy. People around him were happy too. Incidentally, that week that he got the job was the week that his wife gave birth to another baby.
Wow. Double blessing.
Double blessing. Double
God
blessing.
is good.
And then, when he just told me that, I told to be more, I was happy for him. So the question, coming back to your question, He wasn't the only security man there. As a matter of fact, in that particular office, we had about 8 security men. And out of the 8 of them, I think 6 of them were qualified for this particular position that Idris got. But
interesting.
Just like you said, Idris was confident to come up to me and remind me. And I'm speaking to people watching this interview today. As a matter of fact, since this issue went viral, this is the first interview I'm granting. I've had, invite from BBC, Guardian, international papers, Nigerian papers. They wanted to know. But I told them, no, I'm not interested in that. I didn't want that. This is the first time I'm talking about this. And I hope that some people can key into this today. Because we called it, when I posted it on Facebook, I termed it the weekend miracle. Weekend miracle, Friday versus Monday, with that picture. But there are 2 sides to this miracle. The side of the staff and the side of the manager. So for you watching me today and participants on this program, and people who will still be viewing this interview program after today on YouTube or Facebook, I think it's important we get this fact right. Idris, first and foremost, could not have been assisted if he wasn't an efficient and trustworthy security guard.
That's right.
Wherever you are, whatsoever you are doing, do it well. If you are employed to be a cleaner today, to sweep your office, please sweep the office very well. Because somebody is watching.
That's true.
You see, when this story went viral, I didn't like it. I didn't like the fact that the story went viral. This is not the first person I will assist. I do it every time. Okay? I don't know why maybe because of the picture, the security guard picture on a Friday and then a Monday, maybe. But when the story, I just posted it on my Facebook. This thing went viral, I think, last month. This is October. I think it went viral in September. I posted it in September. This miracle had happened since January this year. But I've left that place, that branch. And sometimes when you assist people, you do it with a level of trust on the person's part. You do it with a level of trepidation, fear.
That's correct.
This person that I assisted, I hope he will be a good staff. I hope he will not leave security guard, enter and go after stealing customers' money. I hope he will not have integrity issue. I hope he will not commit fraud. I hope he will be committed to the job. I hope he will be efficient. I posted this story because I went back to that branch. And then his current supervisors attested to the fact that no, Idris was still an efficient staff in that place. Okay? So whatsoever you are doing, do it very well. Even as a security man, the way he respects customers and assists customers was different. The way he will courtesy to customers was different than his colleagues.
Wow. Before the internet is lifted, the internet failures is lifted up and I'm here. Go ahead. Yeah. So, and I believe we learned from our guest today how important self-confidence is. And of course, repetition. I always tell people that anywhere you are, make sure you maintain your reputation and be bold to speak out. Speak for yourself and also speak for others. It is important that everything we do in life, as long as we do it right, there's always a reward for it.
Definitely.
Go ahead, sir.
There's always a reward for it. Okay, Idris was doing his job very well. A security man's job. It will be in the sun. It will be there in the rain, attending to customers, doing his own job. And he was confident enough to speak out. He spoke out. He told me, Oga, sorry, I don't have told you this about 2 years ago. And you've been trying, but there's no opportunity. But what about this particular post, this position that is opening up? How can you assist?
Follow up.
Follow up. Be good at what you do. Be diligent at what you do. The Bible says, show me a diligent man. He will not stand before mere men, but before kings.
Yes.
Okay? So I'm talking about Idris, but I also need to encourage other managers out there. If you are an Oga today, it's privilege.
That's true.
How do you treat your subordinates? One of my colleagues posted something on LinkedIn, a few days back, one of my LinkedIn connections. And then he said, I thank God. I thank God that even during this COVID, I was able to meet my targets. I achieved 85% of my target. I sold this. I won't mention the company where it works. I sold this, I did this, I did this, I did this. I'm prepared for next year. I've met my target for this year. And then I said, congratulations, but, dash, dash, dash. Then he came to me and said, what's the but? I said, sir, I didn't see you acknowledging your teammates. You didn't do this thing alone.
Exactly.
How can you say you made a sale of close to 1 billion naira in a year alone? You don't have sales agents working with you. Even if you don't have sales agents, you don't have a driver that drives you around. You don't have somebody in the marketing department. What about those people that even produce the product that you sold?
That's right.
And then people came on the post and said that that it was an oversight, he regrets it, he's sorry. I mean, that's part of what we're talking about.
That's right.
Okay, the people working with you, how do you treat them? When this thing went viral, I mean, a lot of people, I didn't like the fact that it went viral, but I'm happy for one thing. Some people, got inspired. A lot of people got inspired.
Exactly. That is the next question I'm going to ask.
Okay.
I was going to ask you before you just mentioned it, that taking a survey of all the responses from individual bloggers and so on in all over the world. How do you feel and what do you learn from those responses?
Well, like I've said before, I didn't like the publicity. Okay. After the publicity, after the post, I just posted it on my Facebook page. And I knew to go viral because I posted it around 6 p.m. on Saturday. By 9 p.m. that same day, 300 people had shared it already on my page. By 10 a.m. the next morning, 1,500 people had shared it already. My wife, I told her, I said, which kind of wala is this? She said, thank God it's a good thing. So there's no problem. Okay. Exactly. People started calling me, all these blogs that started carrying it, Instablog carried it, and all these, international, national blogs started carrying it. I didn't like it. I almost closed my Facebook page. I almost deactivated my Facebook account. But again, it was already out there. And then when it went out there, when it went viral, there were two sides to the coin. There were negative and positive publicity.
I know, okay? That's for sure.
Negative, people were like, is it possible? It's a lie. It's not possible. It's not this. It's a lie. Clout chasing. This man just wants to get popular. I said, popular for what?
Ah, my God.
It almost got to me. And I also thank God for one thing. Before I posted that picture, I took the guy's permission. Imagine if I didn't take his permission. I said, Idris, so I'm just, posting, a story about you. You've posted it before that you tagged. He had already posted it and he tagged me. You understand? He said, okay, I know it's a good, you can go ahead. It's a positive thing now. I mean, there were negative publicity and I didn't even respond to any. I thank God that people that witnessed that started going there on our behalf. They said, no, it's not a lie. Oh. It happened in so town. It happened in so branch of so bank. If you notice that post, I didn't mention the bank there. I didn't even mention the branch there.
That's true.
But people started coming. They said, it happened there. It happened there. I'm sure. I know it happened. This is the person, the security guard's Facebook page, and all the rest like that. But I mean, aside that, I'm happy that a lot of people got inspired. It became a prayer point in church.
That's
the
true.
God of 11th hour, 11th hour miracle, and all the rest like that. I mean, apart from getting to be a prayer point in church, I mean, it became the like a model. People started studying my branch model. They started going through my page and started, commenting that, okay, it didn't just start today. This guy's been doing things like this even before now.
You see?
The way I interact with my members, with my staff members, because I mean, we work from 7 to 7. We don't have time. Public holiday, I will just tell them, guys, we are traveling. Put everybody in a bus, and then we just go to the countryside.
Wow.
We go sightseeing.
Interesting.
You understand? Music, everything. There was a post for that particular post where I told my staff members something. I need to know your family members. Okay, let's have a family day. You must bring everybody in your family. Like a party. We do that, sometimes.
Wow.
And then, like, coming back to your question, that how did I feel? You understand? Well, it was mixed feelings. When I see some comments, negative comments, you understand? I feel bad. When I see positive comments, I feel a little bit happy that at least some people started calling me from all over the world, from US, from Canada, from India. People started calling me, okay, I'm encouraged. I'll start doing this. And, some people told me that if it had happened in their branch or in their office or in their bank, their manager would have brought somebody from outside to come and replace that kind of person. You understand? But lo and behold, I don't want to talk too much about Idris. You understand? Because I mean, it's a good one. It's I'm passionate. It's something I do, and it's something I encourage people to do. Actively seek out people in your office to assist. Make it a conscious effort to help them. It's not only this. We had an opportunity in my place of work. Sorry, let me just quickly add this. I mean, in some organizations, there are contract staffs and then there are full staffs. It happens everywhere. So there was an opportunity to convert contract staffs to full staffs, but you needed to write an exam. Okay? It was a bank-wide exam. In my office, we started a tutorial center. Okay, I'm not really good at maths. You are good at maths. Come over. Okay, English, let me handle English. You handle current affairs. And we started doing, extramural coaching for these staff members. Close early. In the bank, after we are closed for customers, maybe 2 hours every day, we do tutorials for them. And at the end of the day, a lot of these people pass the exam and they move to the next stage. Most of them are full-time staff members now. I mean, these are things that people should emulate wherever they work. If we're talking about change, the country needs to change, the president needs to change, we're talking about change, but how are we even changing ourselves? How are we effecting change in our immediate community, in our immediate family? Okay? Sorry, don't let me just go too much.
It's okay. It's okay. That's what you just mentioned now. It's part of the question I'm going to ask that. We all complain that government is not doing this, government is not doing that. We tend to forget that government cannot do everything for us.
No.
Even in this America, which is called, world, country.
God's own country.
Government is not doing it for us.
It's not, I know.
No, it's not possible. It's everywhere. But Nigerians forget that the change starts from us, from individual. If I expect government to do something for me and I'm not available, how are they going to do it? There's a lot of ways you must be available for people that will help you. If you don't have degree, if you don't have education, you don't have creativity, you don't have any experience, how do you do the job? How would they help you? So that is the first thing we need to look at. Are we available to do this work? We are talking about 70% of Nigerians are unemployed. Are they all graduate? No, they're not. Maybe we have about 30% of 70% that are graduate, maybe associate degree, bachelor degree, or master's degree. 20 or 30 from 70. So what happened to others? So it depends on how we want to help the government as well. That is why I said Nigerian is not ready for change, because the people that complain today that Nigerian is bad, government is bad, they call you, they tell you, oh no, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. You will realize that these people are the ones that are complaining about the government, right? I have to forget about the government. So it is about what are we doing to help our government? And that is what I want you to talk about. How do we also, as individual, as organization, how do we help our government? Because definitely we don't expect government to do everything. If they are not doing their part, and that is the more reason the protest is being triggered in Nigeria today, because we have more than what is necessary percentage in unemployment. So how do we help our government? That is the question.
Okay, let me look at the question from this angle. To an average Nigerian, if you say, how do we help the government? And every Nigerian doesn't want to listen to that.
I know.
Okay, the level of mistrust is so high that they feel, oh, what's the government doing for me? Why do I need to help the government? I think we should look at it from this way. How do we help ourselves as Nigerians? Okay, because we need to help ourselves. Okay, how do we help ourselves? How do we help the community we live in?
Because that's where it starts from anyway.
That's where it starts from. The change we profess, the change we yearn for starts from us. And let me first say that if you want to help the government, let's first start from the individual, the family, and the community.
That's right.
First, how do we help ourselves? How am I helping myself? Okay, what you are doing, what Betty is doing now, what you're doing is you're helping the community, you're helping yourself, you're helping the community, you're helping the government, you're helping the world. Because when you give out, you are sourcing for information from experts, and then you are giving out those or that particular information to people who need that information to make informed decisions about their life, to make their lives better. Okay, now let me start from an individual. There's an unemployment so rife in the country. Those unemployed youth, okay, what are they doing to help themselves? A lot of, I make bold to state that, some, don't let me say a lot, some youths are basically not serious with themselves. They are not serious about what they are doing. They are not serious about actively getting information. Are you aware that even during this COVID-19 era, people are still getting new jobs? Okay? During this COVID-19, lockdown, everything, people are still, getting creative.
That's right.
They are still impacting their life. They are still impacting their immediate environment. I was telling my wife yesterday that I met a particular shoe cobbler, somebody who makes shoes, okay? The apprentice, the youths that were in his shop, learning how to make shoes, you understand? They were like 22 in Nigeria, okay? All those youths, those are people I see that are serious, okay? This is October. This year, I think COVID-19 started in February. Between February and now, some youth have not added any other skill to their skill sets, okay? And they will keep telling you they need to be employed. Oga, please help me. I want to be employed. But you've not added anything to your the degree you graduated with 3 years back. That is getting obsolete. You've not added anything. There are a lot of free courses on Coursera. There are a lot of free courses on Udemy. There are a lot of free courses on LinkedIn, even on Google. You understand that you could just do for like 2 days, 3 days, 3 weeks, free. You understand? That could actually, they're not doing that. Apart from that, I think the family has a role to play.
Of course.
In value reorientation in this country. I can't imagine a lot of things happened. I don't know, maybe you still want to talk about the protests, the looting and all the rest like that. We saw, looting here and there, warehouses, yet government were not sincere. They kept all these palliatives in warehouses. They were supposed to give those palliatives out. But I don't see myself or somebody close to me, you understand, following them to go to those warehouses to go and loot those goods. I don't see somebody with a right value orientation going to break people's homes, people's shops, that's probably some of them did with a bank loan, you understand, and looting electronics from there. Value orientation comes from the family first. You understand? I mean, and the community too. Look at your community. How can you assist somebody in your community? If you have the time after this program, and that's Betty, and for anybody, you can go to my Facebook page and go and look at my story about, the title of the story is My Dog, My Wife, and the Boy. Did you get that? My Dog, My Wife, and the Boy. It's an example of community empowerment that I did, in my area. Okay? And I think that change we're talking about, that's where it starts from. You empower your family, you empower people around you, you empower your community. If you don't empower your community, those people that you feel, that you don't empower today because, they don't have the grace, they don't have the privilege like you, they are the people that will come and loot you tomorrow if you're not careful.
That's true. Exactly.
The little money, the little change you think you have, and it has started happening. We want the politicians. It has started happening. You see it all over the news. People, they started from warehouses, it's our palliatives, it's our money, people applauded them. Maybe it's government that did not give you, go and carry. And then they went further, emboldened by what the success of looting the warehouses, they went, to stores, ShopRite, everywhere. I know, it happens everywhere in the world. You understand? Even when America had BLM, Black Lives Matter, they were looting and go. But even in America, what those people looting? You understand? What kind of value did they have? So value reorientation, social reengineering starts from the family to the community and to the government. Thank you.
My goodness, thank you so much. It's like, I try to be cautious about what I'm going to say on this program because I'm also an ambassador for youth. And I don't want to say something that will contradict my responsibility. But looking at it, one must say the facts. We have a lot of youth that on this program, we have, empower many youth out there. Even when we started this program 2 months, it's exactly 2 months, 8 weeks today. I also introduced what I call incentive, giving prizes to the youth, to vulnerable. If you first join, if you first, share the program. But I realized something in our community, Nigeria, precisely. The youth will not take their time to be available for something that will make their life better. Take, for instance, this program, BB Nigeria, or whatever they call it. The youth get the money to buy data and watch it. They set up their time to make sure that they don't miss it. But when you call them for a program, a seminar that will, make their life better, to improve them, they won't come. Many times I've posted relevant, important message on Facebook. They will not read. They won't read. And meanwhile, this thing will really take them to places. So the same youth will come to you and beg for money. They post so many things on their Facebook that are not relevant, things they don't even need to post. When they're fighting, all these politicians are fighting, you see the youth posting it on there. Look at youth Facebook. They don't have nothing to share than all these politicians' issues. And this same youth will come to you and ask you for money. So, like you rightly said, the change starts from us. It starts from us. If I'm not working right here in the US, if I'm jobless, if no money is coming for me,
you can't do this.
How am I going to send money to you in Nigeria? That is what they don't think about. So like you rightly said, the change starts from us. And I'm very sure that whosoever that is on the program today will also listen and tap from what you just said, because it is very important. All you said were very important and essential message, which I think they will all listen to and try to help themselves. If you don't do that, nobody is going to help you, because we're not plucking money from the tree. We all work to get this money before sending it to you. So moving on, I want you to tell us, you've already talked about empowerment program, the leadership, the development in the community, and relationship with one another. You've mentioned that. So I'm not just going to go there to ask questions on that, because sometimes when you speak to a guest like that, they touch every angle of where the question is coming from. So I'm not just going to go there, but I want you to tell us that how and what is your plan to further help the youth and the because that's my priority. Because you see those youths, whether they like it or not, whoever wants to be empowered will be empowered.
True.
And these are the people who make up the future for us. So we are just going to focus on those that are ready to be empowered. I'm not going to be, interested or get myself worked up because somebody is not available for people to help. I'm just going to focus on those that are ready for help. So now, to tell us in few minutes what you think you and I and other people out there that really want to help, what you think you have in place. Is it a program? Anything that you think you can further help our youth out there?
Okay. I think you answered, you helped me with the answer too. You gave the question and then you gave the answer. I mean, if you look at the youth generally, it's possible for one to be frustrated and you feel like, oh, I don't think I need to assist these people. I mean, these are people who waste their time doing this, doing irrelevancies, okay? But again, time, event has proven that youth, we have a lot of youths that are still very, very serious. We have a lot of youths that just need a little bit of mentorship. I mean, you are a parent, okay? I'm a parent. Sometimes even the children that we, bear sometimes. Hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
All right. Okay. Sometimes even the children that we bear, sometimes you discover that you expect them to do A, they are doing B. Okay. We don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. We assist them. Okay. We encourage them. We mentor them. I feel a lot of youth. The first part I'm looking at the moment and I'm working on at the moment is mentorship.
Okay.
Who are those youths that are serious, that needs to be mentored? Okay. Identify some of these youths and give them mentorship. I'm doing that at the moment. I have about 10 youths at the moment, graduates, undergraduates, semi-skilled, even people who are just skilled workers. I mean, they couldn't further their education in school, but they are active people in the society. They are skilled people, artisans and all the rest. I have about 10 of them at the moment that I'm mentoring. Why not you have this kind of business? Why not introduce social media marketing into it? Why not do this? I mean, you are working in this place. Why not, add these skills to what you are doing? Why not move from this place to this place? I mean, I believe I also have a lot of youth that, hello, am I still here?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, good. Okay. I also have a lot of youth that at the moment, sometimes what they do is that, at the end of the month, they call to beg for, I need 5,000, I need 2,000, I need 10,000 naira, I need this, I need that. The little I can do for them, I know that these people is fish they want. So if it's fish that you want, okay, I give you the fish, okay? From the meager resources I have, if I can afford it, okay, take 2,000. Maybe it's 2,000 you want, and you are done. Okay, take your 2,000. You ask for 5,000, it is 1,500 that I can give you. Take the 1,500. But for the serious one among them, we need to identify them, the ones with potential. Because if you are able to mentor a youth can actually, change the story of a nation.
That's true.
And that's why when these end-SARS protests that happened, a lot of lessons are to be learned from there, from the youth. A lot of valuable lessons, a lot of lessons for the Nigerian leader, a lot of lessons for the business leader, a lot of lessons for this politician. You keep telling us, I mean, one of the lessons that was learned from the end-SARS protest was accountability.
Yes.
People donated money from all over the world, and the money was transparently disbursed. Okay, we're giving this for legal aid, we're giving this for medical support, somebody died, we're giving the family this, we're doing that. Okay, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, so you see that a lot of youths, I mean, they're coming, and look at this particular startup company, Paystack. Paystack that was recently, what's used now, acquired or bought over by an American company. The amount that company was bought, Paystack is a Nigerian tech startup by two youths. I've forgotten their names, they're two Yoruba guys now. About, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago, an American company came up and, bought them. The American company invested, I think, $200 million or thereabouts. Okay, that's a lot of money.
That's it.
Okay, and that investment was started by just 2 youth members. I mean, in Nigeria, based in Nigeria, okay, they didn't go to Harvard. They didn't study in Harvard. They are here in Nigeria. These are people like the Mark Zuckerberg of this country. I mean, these are youths. I mean, mentorship is key. Identify some of these people. As you hear in New York now, it's possible that you have people from Nigeria, okay? Identify them. If you are not on ground, if you need somebody that is on ground, like some of us, we can identify them. Okay, what can we do to these people? What can we do for these people? Let's assist these people with this. Let's assist them with mentorship. Let's assist them with financial aid. Let's assist them with information. You get what I'm saying? Let's assist them. I mean, it could be seminar. A lot of corpers graduate 3 times a year, this NYC scheme. And the moment they do passing out, I have a lot of them in my DMs asking me, oh God, please, so I need work. Please, I need work. Please, I need work. The serious one, I've started searching for work since they almost finished university. I told my daughter, who has just gained admission into the university, to go and register on LinkedIn now. Okay? Yes. Because I said, when you're on LinkedIn, I mean, the thinking on LinkedIn is different from the thinking on Facebook.
On Facebook, that's right.
The thinking on Facebook is different from the thinking on Instagram or Twitter. Okay? So you need to know the kind of people you roll with. Okay?
That's true.
He said, but I don't have a job here. I said, just go and start having connection. Start learning. You see people that can mentor you. You see people you can look up to. So to cut a very long solution, because if you leave me like this for the next 10 minutes, I'm still talking about this particular question. Okay.
I know.
Okay. So
I know.
I mean,
So,
there are a lot of ways we can assist the youth. Thank you.
yes, I know. And a lot of people want to help too. And it's
Yeah.
my own inspiration, my desire to help the youth, which I've been working on. And one of it is this program, and also have a foundation that, that help the youth, the vulnerable, especially persons living with disability. And one
Good.
thing I realized is this: Nigeria youth, like you rightly said, we serve persons living with disability. But I tell you today that even in this community, in this group of people we call disabled, I'm sorry to use this word. I'm not supposed to use it. It's not a term that I'm supposed, but I'll use it for those out there to know that nobody is disabled when it comes to these people. Because I have people working with me in my own foundation. They are also in this group of people, persons living with disability. But these people are very industrious. They have they can move. They are limited. They are on wheelchair, but they are doing wonderfully. They think right. Some of them, when I call them, when I'll intentionally ask questions, and what they are going to say, I will end up listening to them because it makes sense. Let alone asking them to put things together for you, to organize things for you, to do it perfectly than those who are able. And that's what I keep asking myself, that what exactly is the problem with our youth? We are all fighting for them. I am so confused. I'm so, devastated here that they are killing them. That is the feeling as a mother. But looking at it, our children, our youth, some of them, not all of them, are not serious at all. But I think this program, if we can, like you said, it starts from us. This is all I can do. No, I can do more than that. Those of you watching us at home right now, you've heard about what our guest said. He's doing his part. I'm also doing my part. What are you doing to help your community? Because wellness involves all this we've been talking about for the past 1 hour. It involves, if you don't have a peaceful environment, if you don't have a healthy relationship with people, your spirit is disturbed, your emotion is diluted and affected, you are not healthy. Even if you have money, you are not healthy. And the money you have, and you cannot even help others out there, it is nothing. You are empty. Because you see those who have nothing helping others, and you stock money in your house, you're not helping others. You have this wisdom, intellect, experiences, you can't even share it. Giving is not about money giving. You can give everything God endow you with. You can share your experience, you can share your skills, your resources, your property, everything God endow you with, you can share. That's the definition of giving. It is not about giving, but about the love you put into it. And that is why we always bring people that have 1 or 2 experience to talk about on this program, so that all people out there can learn and get inspired. And I want to say thank you so much, Mr. Ayomide Babalola, for coming on the program today. I'm so impressed. And I want to pray for you that the Lord, who has put you right there in that position, will continue to help you and see you through.
Amen.
Nothing will remove you from that position the Lord has placed you. And before we go, because we always encourage people to ask questions from home. So right now we are on the section of question from the viewers.
Okay.
The first question that came is coming from Mr. Yusuf Olatunji, UTEX, entertainment. You see what I'm talking about? This particular person sent a message. I guess he logged in through a business account on Zoom or on YouTube. He used his name, Utex Entertainment. This is the one of the persons living with disability I was talking about. He has his own business. He doesn't depend on anybody, even though he is facing challenges. So the question he's asking is this. He said, what is your bank doing for SMEs in response to COVID-19 for those whose business were adversely affected?
Okay. Thank you very much, UTEX Entertainment. Quickly, COVID-19 came, and I think what I'm aware that my bank gave some support to the government on that, to SMEs, for those that had account with us. My bank were able to restructure some of those facilities, because if you have a loan with the bank and then COVID-19 happened, raw materials were not coming in, so production was affected, there was lockdown, you couldn't sell. How does the bank expect you to, repay back those facilities? So we did some restructuring. But quickly, I think what we are doing now, that's the past. Now, in addition to COVID-19, the EndSARS protest has affected a lot of businesses. My bank, as at today, you understand, the 24th or is today 24th or 25th day of October, 25th day of October 2020, Stanbic IBTC has put out a link out there. There's a form for you to fill online if your business was affected by COVID-19, or most importantly, this EndSARS protest, in one way or the other. Just tell us how you were affected, and now the bank can assist. It doesn't mean that you have an account with us or you don't have an account with us. Okay, wonderful. So please, just quickly get that. The link will close by Friday, the 30th of October. Okay, the 30th of October, that link will close. Okay, so probably after this program for UTEX Entertainment, you can get my contact from Facebook, Ayomide Babalola, Mr. Flo. You can send me a message from there so that I can guide you and see how we can, walk through that together. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Our viewers, you just had our guest, Mr. Ayomide Babalola, teaching us, educating us, as well as sensitizing us on the right thing to do to ensure our health is intact. And I want to say, you should all tap into this. I know a lot of people will be saying, they will still be complaining about the government. I also condemn the government. But because nobody on earth will see what Nigeria turned to today, will be peaceful with these leaders. We all know that. There's no doubt about it that our leaders are not doing right. They have disappointed us. They betrayed us in so many ways. But are we going to fold our hands and say, okay, until our government or our leader do things for us, that's when things will be all right? No. So let us come together as one nation. Leave sentiments, division, hatred, envy for one another. Let's leave those things aside and move on to the next thing to do to make sure that our nation is still in the front line in Africa, because Nigeria is a great country. We have all it takes to still continue to be the leader of Africa. And I believe we can do that. If our leaders are not doing it, let us do it. Let the youth stand up, not in this mess that we just did in Nigeria. If we are burning down all the banks, the police stations, and all the businesses, what do we fall back on tomorrow? Instead of us to be attacking those that hurt us, we are hurting ourselves. That is what is most painful. Let us sit down and think right and make things work for ourselves and for our generation to come. So, Mr. Babalola, in one word, I want you to please just advise our youth.
Okay. Is there any other question after this?
That's it.
That's it. Okay. My advice for the youth, I see myself as a youth too, is that we should, just like Betty said, we should think deeply. We spoke a few weeks back, and the whole world listened to us during the NSAS protests, because I'm an activist too. So you pardon me if I talk a little bit later. During the NSAS protests, which a lot of the people from the international scene, those in diaspora in Nigeria supported, we made our voices heard. People listened to us all over the world. We, at a point where we were supposed to halt, pause, and strategize, you understand? The protest kept on going, and probably that was why, it escalated, and government too did not manage the situation well, especially the Lekki toll gate issue where soldiers were bringing the live bullet and shooting and all this like that. Okay, now, before I talk to the youth, to the government, I think the youth have laid a template for them. During the NSAS protests, people were fed, palliative they were supposed to be giving out were given out as and when due. There was power supply. They even brought solar power that worked 24 hours to power the place up. People were charging their phones there. There were tents for people to sleep. I mean, these were ingenious youths, bringing out the creativity. This shows that if the youth could do that within 2 weeks, with the resources at the coffers of government could do that, within a lesser period of time. If government was serious about this, to the Nigerian government, from the president to the governors to the honorable and everybody, I mean, I just want to beg you to please do what is right, not because of today, but because of tomorrow. And for the youth, I want to beg everybody, we have to think rightly. Looting is not the answer. Arson, burning down buildings is not the answer. You understand? Insecurity is not the answer. Okay? The answer is, a process of social value reorientation amidst ourselves. I mean, we have spoken, they have listened. Let's see if all those things they promise. I'm sure that we are disillusioned because they've been promising all these years and then nothing happened. But at least this is a different case. The people that you are burning their shops today, most of those people collected loan from bank to build and stock those shops. Okay, so I mean, burning, looting is not the solution. I want to also say that as Nigerian youths, this is our time. The future is bright for us. The enormous resources we have is there for us just to tap into it. And I believe the sky will not be the limit, but will be beginning in Jesus' name. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ayomide. It's been fun and exciting having you on the program today.
Thank you.
And I'm so impressed.
You didn't, Betty, okay? Maybe some other times, okay? I was expecting, questions about financial health, financial well-being. Because if we're talking, no, I won't talk about it today.
No, I understand. It's part of the question, but you mentioned it slightly, and because of our time, when I ask questions from the guests, you tend to spread it and start rolling and taking all our time. Like I said, finances is one of the aspects of wellness, and it has been affected in our country today, which all the businesses stand still. So that is the area we just talked about. Based on our time, we have to round up now. In fact, we can't even go to our X segment, and it's been on like that for a little bit now, because the people that we bring tend to give us more information, and that is very important than everything that we want to talk about, which is we can still hold on to share with people later on or after. So for you to come on the program today and share your experience, your skill, your challenges you've been facing, to educate us deeply into it and take us through all your, your journey in life. It's so impressive, and I want to congratulate you for the promotion that you just obtained, and more to come. And I pray that the Lord will continue to see you through and give you that good health you need to do your things in life. So thank you for coming on Healthy Living with BOFA, and we really appreciate your service to humanity. We honor your time staying with us. I must confess that it is not easy for somebody to come on the program using their money, using their time, and be available to share their experience with people. I want to say thank you so much for coming on. Even with all these internet problems you went through. So as one of our youth leaders, expect our invitation, because we had a youth leader from medical line who came last week. Is a psychologist. So I'm putting something together for all the youth leaders as a cross-session interview on the same program. Very soon, I'll contact you back on that, and wish we all come and put things together to further help the community, because this is the time to do it, as you can see. And I want to say thank you again for coming on this program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Beva. My pleasure.
So we have come to the end of the show today, and I believe we all enjoy this program. Wow, it has been a very wonderful one today. Talking about who got promoted, talking about the protests in Nigeria and the developments and what to do afterwards to make things right in our great nation, Nigeria. And before we go, I can't live without saying this as an advocate for health and wellness. So I'm going to focus on today's advocacy on wellness, and that is spirit. There is no doubt that our spirit, which our souls, have been badly hurt and affected, especially our youth all over the world, fighting for their right and their future. So now, we're talking about the spirit as one of the aspects of wellness. Spirit, as of the aspect of wellness, is the soul we all carry within us. It is the non-physical part of person, which is the seat of emotions and character. It is the strongest part of this wellness we are talking about. So I want you to go home today and reflect on this by expanding your sense of purpose and find meaning in life. Make time for yourself, nature, and others. Find a community that shares your spiritual outlook. Volunteer with an organization of your choice. And in teaching wellness to your children, have your children tell you one thing they are thankful for every day. Take a nature walk and look for different types of insects and flowers. And lastly, reflect on a big project that your children have done well. Please continue to reflect on all these 8 aspects of wellness, which are mind, body, spirit, environment, community, finances, work, and lastly, emotions. Wow. I want to say this, and I'm sure you all enjoy doing so. I just stated 8 aspects of wellness. Next week is a test, take home assignment for you to come back next week and tell me these 8 aspects of wellness, and you got a prize for that. So next week, I'm going to be expecting you, my viewers, my loyal viewers, to please give me the 8 aspects of wellness I've been teaching you for the past 8 weeks on this program, and you win a prize. We have come to the end of the program. Please continue to support us by joining us every Sunday when we will be bringing you information on health, wellness, nutrition, and of course, circle of life. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook at BOFA Live on Facebook, BOFA Live Healthy, Instagram, and also subscribe to our YouTube channels, Healthy Living with BOFA. I want to say thank you to everyone that is watching us right now on YouTube. I want to thank you for your loyalty, your support, and your dedication for Healthy Living with BOFA. You can also contact me for any questions or inquiry on health and wellness at 234-904-855-6501 or our international number +1 917-889-6854. It is my belief that you all enjoyed today's program. I'm Betsy Olayinka Bolarin Akinlosotu, BOFA. Until next week, we meet in good health. Be well, safe, and healthy. Have a good night and a productive week. Bye.
Blessed be your holy name.